My name's Mark Holton, CEO of 2020 Asia Pacific. Welcome to 2020 Communicate, the video channel for 2020 Asia Pacific members that will focus on keeping you up to date with business advisory education and value-added service, tools and resources. My guest today is Michelle Allen of Webstuff.biz. Hi Michelle.
Hi Mark.
And thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Great. Could you give our viewers a little bit of an understanding of what Webstuff does?
Sure. We're a web design company and e-commerce, and we specialise in doing very niche sites and very contemporary custom-built sites.
What makes Webstuff different from many other web companies out there?
We work with our clients and identify their target markets, and we build the sites especially for their target markets rather than using like a template type site. Like we look at their branding and bring their colours into their website. We look at things like photos, copy, the whole package to give them a very individual looking site.
So in essence you customise the site to suit the individual organisation?
Yeah, definitely, and their target market, which is really important because the site's got to appeal to their target market for them to gain business online.
Absolutely. And that brings me back to something I've always believed, that websites shouldn't necessarily be too informational based.
Yeah.
And in the case of my website, which I know you've done for me,
yeah.
and also the 2020 Asia Pacific website you've done for us, and we love what Webstuff has done, let me say that often websites aren't selling.
Online people tend to like to look at pictures and very quick bullet point of information. If you think about it, a lot of people look at websites after hours, so they're tired and they prefer to scan quickly the information. And as a business, if you give them enough information to get their interest, and then sort of a contact us, incentive, those people will then contact you because they want to know more. But if you try to give them everything on your website, you'll lose them.
Michelle, many of our members in 2020 Asia Pacific already do have a website.
Yeah.
They've already had it built for them.
Yeah.
Do you find that some accountants' websites, excuse me saying this, might be boring, might be too informational, and not selling enough?
A lot of accountants have very similar content. It's like they're getting their same content from the company. The colours are boring. The photos of the accountants should be taken by a professional photographer. That's quite, a lot of people don't think about how they look online, and that's quite an important thing to be a market leader and have other people copying your trends. When people search for, say, accounting in a suburb like Central Coast, for example, you might have 20 accountants come up, and they're going to look at probably the first 10 on Google, or even 20 if they've got enough time. What's going to capture them is the presentation, the design, the content, what you can offer them, what makes you different from the rest of the people within your area. And that's sort of what people are looking for online. And that's one of the things with having a website is people have choice now, and a lot more choice, and they're really using that choice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So essentially what Webstuff will do for 2020 members, correct me if I'm wrong, is to take their websites to the next level.
Yeah, definitely.
Where it becomes a sales tool.
Yeah.
And it becomes a client generation tool, not just an information tool.
Absolutely. If a website doesn't generate you money, it's pointless having one. Like if you're not getting a return on your advertising, because it is advertising and marketing. And accountants
love return on investment, believe me.
I think everybody does.
What do you think are the common mistakes that people make when they design a website?
Well, on the technical side, the code standing is really important. If you get the coding right, you'll get a much better ranking on Google, and that often takes a little bit more time than these template type sites. The template type sites are designed so accountants can update their own sites, and while this is cost effective, it's not productive as in getting them a much better ranking on Google. And also with accountants in general, they don't have the time to learn a new skill and be a web designer, and to think about the image aligning correctly and taking that little bit of extra time to make sure things look nice on the site. They'll just put the information up, hit save, and oh yeah, it's right, but it may not be formatted correctly or look nice. So that's a hard one.
Now, I must be remiss of me not to say that one of the main reasons we're actually filming today is your suggestion to me that 2020 should be doing videos.
Yes.
Is videos a key component of getting the website right and creating the image to sell?
It's definitely a very good thing to have on your website because it creates interactive between the user and people can actually see something happening. They can hear voice and they can see movement. They can see the people. It also, if it's done correctly too, you can actually gain much better Google ranking because you can put keywords into YouTube and bring video into your website, which actually helps you on Google. So if you have your video displayed publicly, it will actually give you more hits from YouTube if they come through YouTube, and it's actually can be really beneficial for a company.
Right, well I certainly appreciate the recommendation today.
Thanks, Mark.
To get this up and running as well. Michelle, is there such a thing as too much content on a website? People
don't have the time to read lots of content, so in fact it's actually harder to read on a monitor than what it is a book. And if you sort of think about how you read a website, you scan, like you just kind of scan copy if there's a lot of text and find the little bits of information you need. Bullet points, very short snippets of text is a really good way to go. In saying that, you don't want to have just no copy either, because you need a little bit of content for Google rankings as well. So you have to have a very good balance of your copy on your website.
All accountants are presenting a corporate website. Yeah. All of them are creating a professional website. The concept of putting a whole host of links to tax office documents and fact sheets and rulings and that sort of thing, you wouldn't recommend that to accountants?
Definitely not. If accountants, that information is important to accountants because they have to keep up to date. However, their clients are paying them to tell them. So what they would be better off doing is having a little newsletter saying bullet points, hey, you've got to have this is what I want from you. Picking up the phone is another good one to talk to their clients. Clients, if they want to go and research how to do tax and stuff, I mean, why would we need accountants? Right?
That's a very good point. And let's not go down that track that we don't need accountants.
That's right. So we actually want our accountant to tell us what to do and to actually do the stuff for us so we can actually focus on our business.
Michelle, how would the costs of advertising online compare with more traditional types such as newspaper, yellow pages and the like?
Oh, it's much more cost effective. Like the thing I like about online marketing is you can target your market within areas. So for example, if you had a Google AdWords campaign, you could select, within New South Wales, within Australia, within, Central Coast, within Sydney, Brisbane. Like it totally depends on the customer's target marketing. And what happens is Google will charge you for the leads they send you. Whereas like if you go for yellow pages or the paper or something like that, you're just paying for everybody.
Now, I'm on Facebook.
Yeah.
I am because my daughter joined me up.
Yeah.
And I've been forced to go and look at it. But now I hear about Facebook, I hear about Twitter, LinkedIn and a few things like that. And I must admit I'm on all of them as well. And whilst I can see the benefit, I probably don't understand the real benefit for accountants to be on this sort of social media networks. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
With LinkedIn too and some of the other ones, having them linked to your website also again increases traffic to your site from people from a different networking group, and it also helps you with links from Google. Like Google will recognise that these social media things are linked to your website, which actually will help your ranking in Google.
Fantastic. So to summarise, Michelle, Webstuff.biz is a web design company, but the real focus for 2020 members is for those that have a website, that your facilities and your services, as you've done for mine at DTTS, is to drive that website forward, to take it to a new level, to create a better marketing, sales and presentation image for all the 2020 members.
Yeah, and what we'll do is if they fill out the form at the 2020 website, we'll give them an appraisal on their website for free as part of that.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so we'll just look at that and give them a report on what they can do.
Fantastic. So to find out more information about Webstuff, so www.webstuff.biz.
Yeah.
Michelle, I'd like to thank you very much for coming on the day. I really enjoyed the discussion.
Thanks, Mark. It's been great to
be here.
It's been a
pleasure. Don't forget, everybody, if you do wish to have a free website appraisal, log on to www.2020asiapacific.com. And I would highly recommend Michelle Allen and the team at Webstuff.biz, and I'm sure Michelle will help you. Well, that's it for the day. Look forward to seeing you next time, everyone. Bye-bye now.